tracks everywhere. Can you move that bed frame or the mattress?
Clear.
Got a man door. Can we go out that?
Yeah. Clear.
We're clear? Is there tracks going over the top of the fence or anything?
No. Negative.
How about this way?
There's tracks going around that way.
Okay, is our gate open?
The house was clear, meaning whoever killed Lauren had fled immediately. And while he may have gotten away, several clues would be left behind. The most obvious being a trail of bloody footprints leading from the east side of the house over to the back door. At the time, this was a small, irrelevant detail. However, this would become one of the leading pieces of evidence to solve the case later on. By nothing short of a miracle, Ashley would survive the brutal attack. She would undergo multiple emergency surgeries, fracture treatments, and blood transfusions. This was a blessing for not only Ashley and her family, but for the detectives working on the case. Because if Ashley could recall what had happened and who shot her, solving this case would become a whole lot easier. But before we dive deeper into the case, So, after Ashley had briefly recovered from her surgeries, detectives would sit down for a formal interview. The goal of the interview was to help her recall crucial details about the incident by asking specific, targeted questions, in hopes of triggering memories that might have been buried due to the trauma.
So obviously, we're here to talk to you.
Yes, I do.
And I know this is kind of a tough question, but can you tell me, do you remember anything at all?
When I got shot?
Mm-hmm.
No. No, I do not remember being shot at all.
Well, yeah, you're a lucky gal, but everything that I've heard, you're a fighter.
It's a miracle I'm alive. I thank God every day.
It's really a miracle.
It is.
The detective would continue asking questions for another 30 minutes, but unfortunately, Ashley was unable to answer anything whatsoever. Again, officers were left confused as to who this killer was and why this happened in the first place. Due to the lack of physical evidence, detectives decided to talk to more witnesses in order to determine a primary suspect. Audria, the neighbor who called for help, had reported Paul as the potential killer during the 911 call. So with this in mind, officers decided it was imperative to speak with Audria to better understand why she would make these claims, and she would waste no time letting officers in on Lauren's abusive relationship with Paul.
We went golfing once this summer.
Okay.
Well, she actually worked out at my gym. I'm a personal trainer at Big Sky Barbell, and she had come in one day and I saw a bruise on her, and I remember saying, "Dude, what happened to your leg?" And she said, I just ran into something. And I said, 100-mile-an-hour softball? What happened to your leg? She just dismissed it. A couple months later, we were golfing, and she said, they'd lived here about a year. And she said, I can't believe I've never told anybody this, but I think I need to leave Paul. He beats me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to contact me every day. One day would be, you ruined my life, to, I can't believe you're helping my wife, to, I'm so sorry, this is all my fault. It has nothing to do with you. You did nothing wrong. I mean, he's got a schizophrenic chain of messages that I never responded to. Anyway, yesterday, it's actually been fairly close. She went over to his house for their daughters. They have a 3-year-old daughter. She turned 4 on Thursday.